Alright, I'm not too sure where I finished off on that last video. I think I was doing the tubs on that one, but I haven't finished the other side. It's got a little bit more to do. I just had enough of doing it. So I didn't really do a lot last weekend. Got all my little bushes in there and my sensors in. Made a little heavy duty bloody accelerator cable bracket, new cable, new plugs, or new leads. Got to still get a better mount for that. Just got all my fuel fittings to go on. So I have got it started. I just been pouring fuel in through there to get it fired and get the timing right. So I'll get these fittings in and I'll start it for you. But I didn't want to do too much on them last weekend, so I worked on this bloody trailer out here, and I'll put a new winch on the front of it. Still got to finish that too though. I did a bit of that. Put this air compressor fitting on there so I can put a pole on there when I drive a car up, and I can make sure the front of the car is not going to hit any of this as it's going up. Alright, I've got the fuel lines all connected up. Just got to test it to make sure there's no leaks. So the inlet just comes from the tank pump, and the return just goes back to the factory tank return as well. The bypass down the bottom there. So I'll turn this ignition on and we'll battery. Put the battery terminal on, we'll put the fuel relay in, and then we'll see if there's any leaks. So that fuel pump just comes on when the ignition lights are on. There's fuel in the bowls up there. They're all done. Oh, we've got a leak. Where's that coming from? That's coming from. Looks like a bloody Allen key there. Oh, I'll see how we go. Alright, fixed the leak. It was just there's a grub screw in there for a pressure gauge. Also that T's probably upside down from where it's supposed to be. But there's no more leak. Should be able to do a little squirt in there. There we go. See if it'll fire up. The only other problem I've had with this car so far is that it won't go into reverse, won't engage, so it has got a trans brake, and I don't know if it has been a pro trans brake put in there, so I'm about to check and see if that's what it is. Hopefully all I've got to do is put it in reverse with my foot on the brake and touch these two wires, which is just dummied up for the trans brake, and hopefully that activates reverse. Otherwise I'm in trouble. Right, so if the reverse thing looks like you got to have the trans brake in the whole time to get it to go into reverse. As soon as you let the trans brake button off, it comes out of reverse straight away, even if it's in gear. It's not really what I wanted, but I guess that's what it is. As you guys have seen, it obviously runs. Before I started it, I just took that oil sender unit out and then plumbed the bloody oil pump into it and pre-primed it. So I had oil coming out of the rockers and everything. That's why I left the rocker covers off. And then once I started, I sort of just waited to make sure oil was flowing, which only took a few seconds to get going, and then put everything back together. Everything I seem to take forever because everything has to be modified for some reason, but I guess that's is what it is when you start playing with cars. Like, had to machine that pulley 3mm to get everything to line up. I don't know if it's a different harmonic balancer or what, but yeah. Then I used the factory V6 fan shroud and then mounted a 14-inch thermo fan there. I don't know if that'll keep it cool or not, but I'll see how it goes. If not, I'll put a bigger thermo fan in a aluminium one of them and try and get it a bit further away than that one is there from that. Probably about 5mm there. Put these heat shields on because this spark plug here is pretty much touching that thing, because I had to modify them to get it to clear the chassis rails. Just been doing all the boring stuff, a bit of wiring, charge wire and that'll all get insulation all over it. It's just taking me time. That's still not finished. Same thing, it's just getting everything to work and make sure it's working, sucking and everything like that for the thermo fan. I've taken it for a little drive down the road and back, and it goes pretty good. Got the dash out at the moment because I had to work out where the tacho input wire is so I can try and get the tacho to the dash now, because I ripped the computer out, so none of that factory stuff. So I've worked out where the wire is anyway, and now I've just got to try and change or get the tacho to work for the V8. I've got it to work, but it's obviously not reading the right RPM, being an old V6. So we'll get that sorted. Still got to sort trans brake button out. I was worried there for a bit with that no reverse. I never realised that the Pro trans brake, that was the thing about having to hold the button in. I guess we all learn. Yeah, hopefully someone else might learn from my mistakes. Not that it's a mistake, but yeah, getting there, but it's loud, sounds grumpy, goes good. I did get, so the hole in the bonnet, I did end up buying the Group A bonnet scoop there, because I want to do drag and drives and stuff like that in it. I don't really want to get picked on, so I'll bolt on, bolt off. So eventually when I go to the drags, I might just get a bigger filter that sticks out. And then when I do it a bit more cruising on the streets, I'll put that on and keep it low profile. I've got to make, it's going to end up making my own set of wheels. I machined the centres out of some rims today. So I was by the outside 15B8s, and I'll get the right offset for that. Just heaps of little things as usual. All takes time. Look, just had to fix that seat. One bolts were missing out of the seat. Just, yeah, heaps of little things. Getting there, but I think I'll change that steering wheel. I don't really like it, slippery as when you try and turn, especially in the seat. Hands get all sweaty. Yeah, I haven't done any more to this. I still gotta finish welding all that up, grind it all back. Just had enough of welding and grinding for a bit, so I'll leave that. Once I patch all that back up, I'll probably go on to putting this, filling this hole up, and then yeah, that's about it. I haven't bothered doing any of this, same thing, not motivated on that one. I'm sick of cutting the rust out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to use, for that last bit of patch I just showed you, I'm going to use that bloody boot floor there. Cut that up, that way it's got the factory sort of indents in it. Same thing, just trying to keep it looking factory, so yeah, that's about it anyway.